Hello friends, a very warm welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about Jyoti CNC, which is a CNC manufacturing company in India. This company can be used as an ancillary play for various other industries. Before we move forward, I would like to request you that we have been getting thousands of views on our videos, but people are not subscribing to the channel. Do hit the subscribe button as you continue to watch this video. Here is a small disclaimer as per SEBI regulations. You can pause the video and read it. We'll discuss the video in three parts. In the first part, we'll talk about the business of the company. In the second part, we'll understand the financial statements in detail. And in the last part, we'll talk about the valuations. They started business in 1989 and later in 2007, they acquired a company in France. This was a major turning point for this company because in this industry, European companies have a technology edge over everybody else in the world. After this acquisition, Jyoti CNC as a company became technologically advanced in this industry. This got listed in 2024 and they recently doubled the capacity of their French subsidiary. This company is into the business of CNC machines manufacturing. It is a simple to understand business. CNC machines are used for precision cutting, shaping, drilling of metal components. So these components are used in various industries, whether it is auto, defense, aerospace. Several products which we use in our day-to-day life contain some metal component or the other, and those components or parts are manufactured using a CNC machine. It's a fully vertically integrated business model. There are a lot of components and parts which they manufacture in-house. Still, they are dependent on some parts like the control panels which they import from other countries. They have presence in 60 plus countries. It is a research-driven company with 140 people working in their research team. Now with the advance of AI, they are using AI tools also. They have developed Industry 4.0 solutions. Until now, they have been importing controllers from companies like Siemens. Now they are working on developing these controllers in-house. This will be another major change in their business if they successfully do so. They are looking at new industries like aerospace, semiconductor, EMS, etc. for expanding their business. This is an order book driven business. Right now, the company has an order book of around 4,500 crores, which gives them a visibility of revenue for another 1 to 2 years. The process is very simple. The customer places the order. They give some advance to manufacture the machines because not all the machines are ready to use. They customize a lot of machines as per the specifications of their customers. The customer approves the particular design. Then it takes several months to manufacture that machine based on the complexity and model of the machine. Then it is delivered. Broadly, there are three streams of revenue which the company has. The primary revenue stream is by sale of CNC machines. The second one is by after sale service and support. So if the company has several machines installed all across the globe, the after sale service and support will generate annuity income for this company. And the third one is custom solutions where they don't sell ready-made machines. They take an order from the customer, develop the machine from scratch from the design stage and deliver a customized piece which has higher margins. So in CNC machines, again, there are several categories. The entry level machines cost about 20 lakhs. This is the starting price in any company. Then the mid range will cost about 50 to 100 lakhs. Then the high end ranges up to 10 crores also. The customers would need their service support to do several things. Like if some machine breaks down, they would need that service support. They would need the spare parts and components. If they want to upgrade that machine, for that also they would need this vendor. So there are several machine types which this company manufactures. There are more than 200 variants. There are turning centers, vertical machining centers, horizontal machining centers, 5-axis machines which are considered as technologically very advanced. Then there are multitasking machines. So like this, there are several variations. The machines which the company manufactures gets used in several industries. I'm highlighting a few which are in theme right now, like aerospace and defense, automobiles and electric vehicles, EMS theme where all the electronic goods are manufactured in India, semiconductors, and several general engineering industries also. Usually to manufacture an entry level machine, it takes about 3 to 6 months. Mid-range kind of a machine is done in about 9 months and high-end machines would take about 12 to 18 months. So when the manufacturing process is so long, it is natural that the inventory is also on the higher side in this company. And the revenue recognition also is done on milestone basis if the manufacturing process is long. Coming to the industry, I will talk about 2-3 industries which have tailwinds which will benefit this company. The Indian EV market is expected to grow at 29% CAGR for the next 5 years. The EMS industry in India alone will have a demand of around 1 lakh machines in the next 5 years. The Indian semiconductor market is expected to grow from $52 billion to $103 billion by 2030. So this is again a CAGR of 13% growth. And the global aerospace and defense market is expected to grow at 8.2% CAGR. So the tailwinds in all these industries will help and benefit companies like Jyoti CNC. Coming to the competition, although there are tailwinds in the industry, there is tough competition. So suppose there is an Indian company who wants to buy CNC machines. If he wants to buy a high-end machine, the natural name which comes to their mind are the multinational companies based out of Europe. Why? Because in terms of technology, they are the best. When it comes to cost, China comes to their mind because they are one of the lowest cost producers in these machines also. Now, where does Jyoti CNC fit in? It is somewhere in between. It is in mid to high end segment. In the listed space, this company competes with companies like Lakshmi Machine Works, Lokesh Machines, Mac Power Machines, although Lokesh and Mac Power are much smaller in size and in terms of technology also. There are several unlisted companies also in India like Ace Micromatic Group, then Bharat Fritz Werner Limited. Other than this, as we discussed, there is competition from the European players as well as the Chinese players. What is the competitive edge or moat of the company? Nearly 50% of the CNC machine requirements in India are still imported. So there is a lot of opportunity of import substitution, where that is where Jyoti CNC is making itself technologically more advanced and substituting the products which are getting imported. Post the acquisition of the French subsidiary, the company became more technologically advanced. They are able to manufacture more than 200 machine variants, and they also have customization capability which gives them higher margins. It is a backward integrated company. Most of the parts and components are manufactured in-house by them. And globally, there are 135,000 machines already installed, which gives them annuity income in terms of service support and supply of spare parts. And they have presence in 60 plus countries, which is not easy to establish for a newcomer. What are the growth plans of this company going forward? Right now, they have a capacity of around 6,000 machines annually. This is getting extended to about 16,000 machines very soon. They will focus on making more advanced machines in terms of technology. They'll also focus on export growth through their French subsidiary. They have entered and penetrating industries like electric vehicles, aerospace, semiconductor, defense, EMS. They are not giving specific revenue guidance, but margin they are comfortable maintaining at 25% plus EBITDA margins. Utilization level is about 90%, which is really good. And order book is about 4,500 as on December 31st, 2025. The order book mix is again interesting. 41% is from aerospace and defense, 19% from general engineering, 18% from auto, and 14% from EMS. So naturally, this company becomes an ancillary play for aerospace and defense theme. What are the risks of investing in this company? The working capital cycle is pretty long. Inventory is on the higher side. Debtors are also on the higher side. So they have to manage their working capital more efficiently. Execution is important because they are more than doubling their capacity very soon. They are increasing the debt. So the interest cost is also increasing. So this is something which you have to monitor going forward. The company still has dependency on certain imported components for the manufacturing of these machines. So if that supply gets disrupted, the manufacturing will stop in India. They are working on newer technologies, so they have to keep up to date with the global competitors. Getting orders is one thing, executing them in time is another. And all the end users industries may also have cycles. So if that particular industry comes into a down cycle, the business of this company will get impacted. Before we move forward, if you're not a part of a Telegram channel, do join today by clicking the link in the description so that you join the correct Telegram channel. Every day before the market opens, I share my view on the market and I share several portfolio allocation strategies which will help you increase your returns. More than 10,000 people are daily in touch with me on my Telegram channel. It's a free channel. The link is in the description. Coming to the financials, the company has shown very impressive revenue growth in the last 5 years from 750 crores in FY22 to nearly 2,000 crores in the trailing 12 months, growing at more than 20% CAGR in the last 5 years. EBITDA has shown much better jump from 73 crores to 557 crores. Why? Because the margin has expanded. From 8 to 10% margin, the entire margin profile has jumped to about 27% now. This is because of the operating leverage which has come into the business, and they are also focusing on high-end machines which have better margins. The return ratios are good. ROC is about 24%, ROE is about 21%. Promoter holding is also decent at 62%, but a part of the holding is pledge. This is what we have to monitor. The debt is increasing every year. Inventory is very high, so the company should focus on managing their inventory better. Debtors are also slightly on the higher side, and some of them are also written off. Cash flow is very poor. In the last 5 years, the company has not generated as a whole, if you see, positive operating cash flows. And recently there was a legal investigation in their French subsidiary which led to the fall in the stock price. This is one thing which we have to monitor going forward. This is an extract of the aging schedule from their FY25 annual report. If you look at it, around 5 crores they have provided as an allowance for bad debts. More than 3 years old debtors are about 30 crores and 2 to 3 years is about 7 crores. 1 to 2 years old are about 47 crores. So there are long pending debtors in the company, and there is a little bit of allowance also provided. We should monitor this in FY26 annual report as well. The company sometimes records revenue under unbilled revenue receivable category on the balance sheet. So this is about 528 crores on FY25 as on FY25 March 31st. And this figure will be probably higher in the FY26 annual report. So this is one gray area which we should monitor. So although this could be a normal system as per accounting standards, but still it remains as a gray area in terms of revenue recognition. This is the figure getting included in other asset items in Screener also. It was about 568 crores in FY25, and in September 25 balance sheet, it has increased to 825 crores. So we have to watch this figure in FY26 balance sheet also. There was a small quantity of shares sold by the designated people. Coming to the valuations, which is the most interesting part, the stock gave a very good rally post the listing and made a high of around 1500. So people who sold at the top made really good returns. From there, it has been in a continuous downtrend for the last 1 to 2 years, and right now trades at around 750. It is slowly trying to form a base around this zone. The main reason for this correction was the expensive valuation at one point of time, and now the valuations are getting normalized. And the recent investigation in their French subsidiary also led to a fall in the stock price. Right now it trades at an EV EBITDA of 30x and price to earnings of 48x. If somebody is holding this stock, they can continue to hold provided they monitor all the risks that we discussed in this video, both financial as well as non-financial business risks. And if somebody wants to take a fresh entry, I find the current valuation still expensive, and we should definitely wait for some price correction or time correction in this stock before taking an entry. So that's about Jyoti CNC. I hope you like the crisp video. If you like it, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. If you want me to make more videos on your favorite stocks, do mention the names in the comment section. Do join our Telegram channel. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.